comes up. Hello and welcome everybody to the Less Stress in Leadership with BeeKonnected show. Today I have a great guest, Michelle Rico. Uh, I'll come back to her in just a minute. My name is Dr. Annika Sorensen, and I am a medical doctor from Sweden. And I'm here in BeeKonnected because I love this system. And I'm not going to talk more about what I do in my business. It's called Ask Dr. Annika, but you can go join my BeeKon leadership group that you see on the left-hand side. You can ask for becoming a member there, and I let you in, and you can see all the replays. And there is a replay from the first one where I talked about why I'm doing this. This program to talk about great people and how they use the BeeKonnected system in a great way. But today we are going to talk about and to Michelle Rico, and let me introduce her to you. I'm going to read from the script, otherwise I wouldn't get it right. Michelle Rico is a soul-aligned success coach with expertise in psychology, subconscious programming, law of attraction, and human potential. She has a MS in psychology, mindset coaching training from the Proctor Gallagher Institute, and did her spiritual life coaching certification at the Holistic Learning Center. Michelle is also now expanding her skill set to encompass the digital world. That sounds like an interesting combination. Please tell us a little bit more about what you do and why and how and all those things.
Of course. Well, thank you, first of all, Dr. Annika, for having me here. It's an honor. I'm glad we got to connect through this amazing platform. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to connect because this is where we met. So thank you. So as you said, I am a soul aligned success coach, which is a name that I came up with because I didn't know like what container I fit into. I went with life coaching, self-mastery coaching, but then I kind of just came to the conclusion that soul-aligned success just felt right for what I do. So I guide people, I teach my clients and my students to connect to their authenticity, and through that connection, also understand their infinite potential as human beings, as more than just human beings. And through that understanding and that connection, begin to create quantum changes in their life, start to just transform their life from the inside out, whether it's in their career, in their health, in their romance, in their fitness, and in anything, success in any area of your life. So that's what I do now. But I'm also a full-time school psychologist, so I still practice that full-time. The idea is that I want to eventually be able to branch out completely, leave school psychology, and just full-blown go into this business, my baby that I'm nurturing every day and aspiring to expand to be global one day.
There's a big need for help for people to actually live their own lives.
Yeah, 100%. I feel that I see that most people are living their life by default, just following these expectations from others, from their parents, from society, and also just looking for a safety, as opposed to fulfillment and continued growth. I see a lot of people just staying like stuck at a job just because it's safe, just because it's what they're supposed to do. And I'm not like, I'm totally against that. Not that you should just quit your job and like go be live in la la land, but work toward leaving that, right? That's what I advocate for.
Yeah, and what you're saying is about where we come from as as human beings from 200,000 years ago, because we are searching for safety, and that's the uh, what do you call, that's the default settings in our brains, and our surroundings, the people around us usually try to keep us there, because if we change, they feel awkward or different or scared,
Yeah.
because they are scared that, and they tell you that they are scared that you might find that something might happen, bad might happen to you if you change, because they are scared, but it's their fear, it's not your fear, so
Mhm.
they hold you back. So
Yeah.
lots of people like you are needed.
Yes, I agree, and I feel like one of my, I don't want to call it struggles, but something that I'm constantly working toward is spreading that awareness for people to really accept, like, yeah, I need this, because a lot of people, they're just so like tunnel vision that they wouldn't even realize, like, yes, I need to shift this programming because I've been programmed by my surroundings to just do things this certain way.
Yeah, and people around them are holding them back
Yeah,
usually, that they say that it's it's uh, it's scary, it's dangerous, and so on.
yeah,
And
yeah,
there are people that you never are going to be able to change, because it has to come from within. They have to understand it, otherwise nothing will happen.
yeah. I know, and that's something that has been difficult for me to accept. I feel like
Yeah.
I've come to a pretty good place in accepting it, but when I first started, I just wanted to drill information in everybody's mind, like my friends, my family, like, no, and then I realized, like, you can only help whoever's ready, right?
Yeah.
There's this saying that's like, um when you're ready, the teacher will come, right? Only when you're
Hmm.
ready, the
Hmm.
teacher will come.
You can
So
seed
yes, plant the,
information,
yes,
plant
plant
seeds
little seeds.
all along the road, and saying all these little things, and then showing that it actually can grow when you see someone else succeed.
Yeah, yeah, maybe a seed that I planted a few years ago will end up blossoming in 10 years for someone,
Hmm.
and that can be very impactful. So
Yes, so you just have to keep the good work up.
yes, that's the goal. That's the intention. Yep. And what you said about the the fears that the people around us are just projecting onto us. So
Hmm.
they kind of like, and they're not even aware that it's their own fears. They're like, no, but what if something
No.
happens to you? Like, you should be scared. No. But we're so easy to just absorb all those.
Yeah, and that's because we are wired that way from the beginning.
Hmm.
And each person has to be unwired,
Yep.
uh, because everyone that's born is wired the same way. So if they are brought up in an environment where you are held back, then you will hold back.
Yeah.
That's the natural way of doing it.
Yep. Exactly. And the only way to rewire yourself is by you gaining, saying, like, I'm done. I'm gaining awareness and I'm going to do this on purpose.
Yeah. And I think there is another way that is really good for people who are on the change and want to change, is to find other people and
Mm.
surround themselves with people who are in the same journey, and or at the same end station where you want to come to.
Yeah, yeah, because our environment, just how it molded us when we were kids, it can now mold us differently if we put ourselves in a different environment. So yeah, that's powerful. Those connections, that's the power of community. Um,
It is. It's the power of community, and it's the power of um, feelings and actions being contagious,
mhm,
because we act the same as people around us. So if we are with people who are always angry or complaining, then we will be complaining even if we don't really feel it in here. We start doing it because everyone else is
yeah,
pushing it on us. And if we are with people who are happy and positive and smiling and helpful, then we become helpful and smiling
mhm,
and positive.
exactly. Yep, it becomes habitual. Like whatever, whichever one, it just becomes a habit. A lot of people have the habit of complaining,
Yeah.
just just for the, like you said, just for the sake of it, just complaining. But then there's so many good things that they can be um, being happy about, but they're focusing on the complaining because it's just habitual at this point because of their environment. Yeah,
How do you see this in your students in school? Do you is it
it's so it's so hard for me because as a school psychologist, I am limited to what I can do. You know, you have to like
Mhm.
comply with the school system and like different protocols, and so I feel like I can't fully do, like, I wish I could coach the kids at my school, and I kind of try to, I incorporate it into my day job, my full-time job, but it's hard. I have There's like a fine line that I have to constantly remind myself that I need to respect, because for what I do, it's more evaluations for
Mhm.
special education services. So I do like cognitive evaluations, um, behavioral evaluations. So, and they're very like, okay, these were the scores, and what services can we provide? But like, if it were like my client, or like in my coaching, I'd be like, no, but let's dive deeper into like what's happening at the core. Like, what are the belief systems that are causing this child to act this way? To what are they, what are they really seeking? But the school system just works different.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can recognize that because when I'm in the healthcare center, I also always have to comply to whatever is I'm working within the system. This is what I'm doing, and we talk about illness, not about health, in when people
Mhm.
come there. But I learned these last years that I'm seeding them with things that I know is good for them
Mhm.
and that they might hear. So that's a tip for you to see where
Yeah.
you can put some seeds in them on how they can grow
Yeah.
as they go
I
along.
and
And
that's
that
and
you
that can go a
probably
long
do
way.
it.
Yeah, I do. I definitely do. Like with like caution, because I don't want to
Yeah,
overstep.
absolutely.
But and I'm like at peace knowing that every seed I plant, not every seed is going to flourish,
No,
but
no.
even if one or two or three do, like that's, I did all that I could, and I did it from my heart with the best intentions, and I'm okay with that, and I'm at peace with that, with knowing that.
Yeah. And when they start growing these seeds, then you have done real good, even if
Yeah,
you don't get to know it. It's like with
exactly.
my patients, I don't get to know if they ever listen to what I said or if they do it because I don't meet them again.
Mhm. Yeah.
But if I have told them and I can see that they maybe listened or
Yeah.
heard something that was outside, then
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing is like your intention, right?
Yeah.
Where is our intention coming from? And like it's pure and it's genuine and it's coming from the heart. And it, that's fulfilling to know that we can plant all these little seeds.
Uh, if we move on and see, we are now in Be Connected, and I wanted to ask you how has Be Connected helped you in the because I think I gather it's a struggle for you to have a full-time job and also to work on your business and make that grow,
Yeah.
there must be a lot of, yeah, stress or uh, hardship in that. Has
Yeah.
Be Connected done anything that's helpful for you? And what is your how, when did you get in?
I think it was around November. It's not too long, but um, from the moment I heard of it, I was like, this is literally everything I was asking for. Because so the person who introduced me to it, I worked with her. She was a coach, a mentor. She kind of like was one of my guides into my entrepreneurial journey.
Hmm.
I actually got fired from a job. So I got fired from my school-based job because I did not want to get the COVID vaccine. So I just didn't feel comfortable, and their that led them to fire me. And so I was like, oh my God, what do I do? I met this woman, Monica Maria. I don't know if you've heard of her or seen her.
No, I.
She's one of the coaches here on Be Connected as well, and she guided me. I worked with her for a couple of years. And then she told me about the Be Connected. And she's like, Michelle, there's this amazing new platform that's just revolutionizing the way people do business. It's like a one-stop shop. And I was just like, she told me all about it. She told me that it's like you have a video conferencing, you also have like the social media component to it, that you can create groups, and that eventually you were going to even be able to sell your content all in one place. That was like, wow. Like I precisely a couple of weeks before I was looking into where I wanted to start creating paid content, like courses. And I was like, where can I create? I already have like 1,000 memberships, paid memberships, like for different platforms.
Hmm.
Like video editing, Canva,
Ah,
this, that.
yeah, no.
I'm like, I'm
Mm.
already paying for so many. I'm paying for so many memberships. Like, do I have to pay for another membership to host um like
Your material, yeah,
my
yeah,
paid content? And I was also paying for Zoom, like Pro
yeah.
or so I was in the middle of like figuring that out. And then she told me about this, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is literally what I manifested it. Like I manifested this platform into my life because it's what I was looking for, exactly what I was looking for. And it has just being able to schedule my live shows and knowing that the replays are going to be like all in one place in my channel, available for people to be able to watch with the same link that they signed up with. Like it just made it so much simpler because I'm not constantly having to like resend the replay link. Like, no, it's just in my channel. Just go to my channel and you'll find all the
Yeah,
replays.
yeah, yeah.
It keeps
It's
it so
so
nice,
convenient.
organized. Yeah, it's like everything is just so organized. And then also being able to have access to this large audience with my upcoming shows just popping up on the dashboard, right? It's not like it's just in the middle of a matrix where no one can see it. It's like everybody that logs on is going to see my upcoming show, and they can register right there. So it has given me a lot of peace of mind to know that there's been a lot of processes that have been just streamlined. um, and now with premium content, I'm super super excited because that's just going to add an additional source of income for me and in my business.
Yeah, and for the same price.
Yeah, for the same price.
I
And
mean,
now,
you have one price and then you have it all. That I think that is so beautiful. And you only have one password.
yes, for everything. And now I canceled my Zoom Pro membership. I have the free one just in case, because
Yeah, of
sometimes
course.
people use Zoom. So just, but
Yeah,
now,
you have to have one because other people have it.
yeah, in the meantime, right? Well,
Yeah,
until everybody gets on over to BeeKonnected,
absolutely.
because and now, now I don't pay for Zoom, and now I just pay for my BeeKonnected. Well, since I'm a coach, I just have the minimum payment of
Yeah,
the other component. But now I don't have to think of like all these different, like figure out how to like put my business in one place. Like it's just all so organized. I feel like it just creates this level of professionalism, knowing that, like, for example, the meeting room, like it's like your own little virtual office with your buttons on the side. Like
yeah,
it's so professional and clean and easy.
yeah.
It's
And
been,
even if it's not going to look exactly like it is right now, it's going to be a little bit different, but it's still going to have those links and images on the side. And I think that is so smart.
yes, I love that idea of those clickable links. Like I use them in my lives when I do sometimes live meditations or live mini trainings, and I use them in my meeting rooms, like in my one-on-one meetings as well.
Hmm.
And it's something I wasn't able to do through Zoom. I wasn't able to do that when I did live, like on Instagram. When you do lives on Instagram, like it's just it's just a different level, like another level of professionalism. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to revolutionize the
Yeah.
business world, and it's like they uh, say it's not a social media, it's a social business
Yep.
media.
Yeah. It's a social
Uh,
business because it's with that intention of keeping it more professional and for business specifically, right?
yeah,
As opposed to the other ones that are all social media. It's just for socializing. That's what they were built for, at least.
yeah, and also I love this the connection generator where you actually can get to know people. You can search for people that you need, or
Yeah.
functions that you need, or countries that you need, or whatever your search word is for the moment. And then you find someone and you get a real connection, and
Yeah.
it has to be approved. And I do love that because there is so much um, spamming going
hmm
on.
Yeah. Yeah, the connection generator I've used a couple of times as well, but even without the connection generator, I've been able to create such great, like meet such great people just from the dashboard, cuz like having them on the dashboard, you can see what they're about, click um their
Yeah.
name and just like,
Yes, exactly. Like we have in this. Sorry for interrupting you, but like we have here in the chat, you see the names in the chat, and the blue names of people are clickable. So you come to their page, and then you can see if this is the person I want to connect, and then ask for
yes.
connection. I that is so smart.
Yeah, 100%. It's been really awesome, and I feel like the community in Be Connected is very, like, it's meant to for you to just get on a 15-minute call and just talk to people, like a person that you connected with. Like it's so common for people to be like, hey, thank you for connecting, do you want to get on a 15-minute virtual coffee date? And it's like, I love that dynamic. Like you wouldn't do that on Instagram or Facebook. Just like anybody you connect with, like, hey, do you want to get on a virtual coffee date? I feel like it's just, this platform is like for that. Like people are
It's more personal.
connect. Yeah, people are here to like create meaningful connections, not just like follow someone or add a friend just to do it. But it's like, okay, there's an intention behind this connection, like either to collaborate or maybe to find a potential client. There, networking is the way to go when you're an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's so in a very short time you have learned a lot about BeeKonnected.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been here for since it started, so I've seen all the what do you say, bumps
Mm-hmm.
in
The
the
whole
earlier days. It's been it's been up and up and up, but it's never just up when you go up in a business. It
Yeah.
is a little bit down every now and then too.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have
But
to
it
learn to be flexible and ride the waves.
exactly, exactly. Ride the waves is a good expression for that. And there have been waves for those on those 4 years. So different trial and error,
Yeah.
and that's how life is. That's how it is in my business, my personal business too, of course.
Yeah.
So it's been really nice talking to you. Let's see, we are going towards the end of the half hour that I think we'll hold these shows within. And is there anything else you would like to, some last
Um,
wisdom or?
well, just again, thank you. It was a pleasure to connect with you, and I hope we can stay connected and stay
Of
chatting.
course.
Um, but words of wisdom. Well, I would just again encourage you, if there's something, if you feel like you're just going through the motions of life, explore yourself, connect to yourself, and ask yourself how you can live more in your authenticity. Like, how can I connect to who I really am and my true desires, and begin to take action, even if it's little by like little tiny things that you do every day, so that you're not living in this like um automation of life just because you're looking for safety.
That's a good last word. um, live your own life.
Yes, choose. We all have a choice every day.
Yeah, and only you can change your life. So you have to work with yourself.
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And if someone wants to listen to this again, then just go to the Beacon Leadership Group. And if you're not a member, then you ask to be a member, and you will find the replays for this show and for the others that I have had before, and for the coming ones later on. So thank you very much for today. Bye bye.
Thank you.